Good? You start with me with the question or what?
Yeah.
I don't care. I mean, I can only come up with so many.
No, you're good.
Hey, dude, nice job. Hey, man, nice shot.
Let's
This
just
should be
start
interesting.
talking about Tim. What you thought of him tonight? How did it?
Brownie didn't have his best stuff by any means. Come to find out, he was dealing with a fingernail issue we didn't know about until he came out. But he did typical Brownie. Battled for us, kept us in the game, gave us a chance to win, and that's what he's all about. If our other staff members, rotation guys, whatever, other pitchers can kind of learn from that and realize that, hey, every time out you're not going to have your best stuff, but you still got to compete and still, keep the other guys in the game and give the offense and defense a shot at winning this thing for you. That's a big thing, So he went with way less than his best stuff. I'm not saying he didn't feel good, but that finger, after looking at it finally, I can see where that game's in trouble, especially on some of the breaking balls. So, if you know Tim, a lot of balls hit in the air tonight. That's very uncharacteristic, and he's allowed to have that kind of night. I mean, he had a bad night and he gave up 3 runs. I mean, that's pretty darn good. So he'll regroup. I know he will, and we'll see a better Tim Brown next time.
In some ways, this game was similar to last night, and I guess, Chris, for you as a player, how did they look different, or did they look different tonight than the way they looked yesterday?
Like I said, they looked a lot the same from last night. Kind of to add to what Phil said, Tim definitely didn't have his best stuff, and uncharacteristic for him. Instead of being down in the zone, he was more up, and they put good barrel on some of those balls that were up in the zone.
Bill, for you, you're seeing some guys start to take some really good at-bats. He had an opposite field home run. We saw Jet Butler work an absolutely great walk in the first couple of innings in a big situation. What are you seeing from individuals as you guys get clicking offensively?
Early on I saw nerves. I saw timing issues. Still see that, but the guys that you're starting to see barrel the ball more now are guys that are sticking to an approach, and they're working hitters counts, or they're aggressive. They're getting constantly first pitch fastballs. If it's there, they're letting it rip. That's the only way you're going to develop your timing off the fastball. You look at a guy like JJ right now struggling. He got the bunt hit tonight, his first hit of the season. On the flip side, if you really look at his at bats over the course of the early season, he's always 0-2, 1-2, 2-2. He's always behind the count. He's not an aggressive hitter. He does work the count, but that second strike is the one he's not really aggressive with. A guy like Mack, Butler, Myers, those guys, they got to be ready to swing when something comes in. It can't just be sitting on a tee. Maybe the first strike, fine, but when you get to that second strike, you got to have a little bit bigger of a zone and trust your ability. And some of these guys are starting to barrel the ball now. They're getting better with their approach. They're attacking the pitch they're looking for, maybe expanding the zone a little. I'm not saying chasing, but hey, if that ball's down the middle or in, or a half-inch inside, I'm going to attack that pitch. I'm going to try and get the barrel to it, see what happens. Away, whatever your approach is, that's a big thing. So I think you're seeing approaches. I think you're seeing timing. It is early, but on the flip side, I think tonight's game and the loss in Lake Erie, I have the same kind of feeling. The offense didn't pick us up as a whole, and I'm not going to say on camera what we're going to try and do a little bit tomorrow, but we even addressed some things about putting pressure. If you look at last night's game, we had pressure right away, and we jumped out, and we had no pressure on them tonight, and we need to do a better job of that tomorrow.
When you look at this team right now, only the second loss of the year, and it's been close in both of the losses. How good is it for you guys knowing that even when your starting pitcher has to buckle down and maybe go when he doesn't have his best stuff, or maybe when the offense is still getting going, that you're playing everybody really close right now? What does that tell you about the team?
It means they're not quitting, I guess. I mean, truthfully, it means the pitching and the defense are doing very well right now and the offense is behind. That's all it means to me. I know everyone's out there trying, but doing is different. I don't think we've seen a team better than us capability-wise, 1 through 9, our all 12 position guys. but you gotta produce. You gotta find a way to win those games. You know, I'm well versed in Tim Brown or Tucker Jensen or Javon West goes out, gives up 8, and we come back and the offense scores 12 and we win a game like that. It's going to happen, you know. But in these close games, you know, it's a battle of inches. It's a base runner here, a base runner there, putting pressure on the defense. We showed they had 4 errors last night, and we had pressure all the time, whether it was bunting, stealing, hitting and running. But we had guys on. Thing that stood out the most tonight, no leadoff guys on really. You know, we're hitting with 1 out, 2 outs, getting our hits there without guys in scoring position. But, you know, it's early. I'm not going to sit on that because I have high expectations. You know, we've had 2 weeks of camp. We're in our 6th game tomorrow, I think. You know, and but ultimately our goal is to win series. We have a chance to do that tomorrow. And, you know, I'll be disappointed if we don't because that's our goal every series, take 2 or 3.
Y'all had a double steal tonight. What is it like to have a ball club where you have speed and you have the ability to move on the base paths?
Oh, it's nice. I mean, if you're a hitter up there with 1 out and you got a guy on first and second and 2 guys move into scoring position for you, you know, that's a big thing, you know. And then, you know, but that's all fine and dandy. If the guy at the plate doesn't drive those guys in or produce with man on third less than 2 outs, you know, it means nothing. But back to your point, it's great to have that. You know, Mac was trailing that play, I think.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the throw came to second. He beat that. Of course, JJ was out in front, and, you know, he's kind of keying off JJ, so he's a step behind. But, you know, it's great. But the icing on the cake, the ultimate prize there is the hitter doing his job then. You know, hey, put the ball in play, get it to the outfield, drive a guy in, hit a double, trade spots, whatever. You know, and that'll come. But, you know, at this level, situational hitting is everything. If we can start running like that, bunting a little bit more, JJ, nice bunt, Tone, some of those guys that can bunt and do things on the bases, you know, as soon as our guys start hitting a little better and squaring balls up, it's going to mean 4-run games instead of 1-run games, you know, with our pitching and our defense.
That's all I've got. Thanks, guys.
Good job.
Get some beer in here.
What the heck? We ain't got no waters or nothing?